Dick, 2008 was another rough election cycle for those of us on the center and on the right. Where do we go from here?
Well, I think we have some work to do. The American people sent us a very powerful message that we weren't connecting with and that we were not responding to their needs and their fears and their concerns and their aspirations. We've got some work to do as a party. Now, I don't believe that means we throw out everything that we believe. Not at all. Quite the opposite. We have to embrace who we are and what we are as a party. But we've got to do a better job of connecting it to the real lives of real people in a real world. And that's going to be our challenge, to do a much better job of communicating. Some are going to suggest we have to change who we are. I don't agree. But we do have to do a better job of communicating who we are in today's world and today's culture far more effectively.
Now, what about the state of Michigan specifically? What's your take on what happened here in Michigan and where we go from here as a state?
Well, Michigan has led the parade, if you will, into the recession. I mean, we've been in the recession for years, so it's sort of like welcome to the party to the rest of the country, unfortunately. It's one way to catch up, I guess, is to have the rest of the country catch us on the downslope. That's the wrong answer. But that's where we are today. And Michigan is still lagging the country, and I think we will continue to lag the country until we make the kinds of necessary structural reforms in this state that will position us better to take advantage when inevitable recovery comes. I do think other states took the necessary steps years ago to put themselves in a far better position, that despite a recession, they're going to emerge stronger. And unless we make those kinds of changes to improve our taxing structures, to improve our infrastructure, to improve our education and transform our education systems in this state, to put ourselves in the position where we're going to be competitive economically and socially in the future, we've got to take now and get that work done so that when a recovery comes and when we have opportunity to take full advantage, we need to be in a position to do so.
Now, moving forward, the question everyone's asking in politics here in the state is, are you going to be a candidate in 2010 for the governor's office in the state of Michigan?
Nick, I've decided that I am not going to be a candidate in 2010. And that was after consultation with friends, after consultation with Betsy and my family, and looking back at the extraordinary experience of the last campaign. It was exciting and fulfilling in so many ways, and yet very challenging in others. We've concluded as a family that the campaign going forward in 2010 is not where I'm going to be able to best serve the people of Michigan. And my view is that I'm going to be able to serve the people of Michigan best from the outside, as I have for many, many years. You may call it the private sector, but I would suggest it's public service in the private sector. I'm going to continue to be involved in the political process. I'm not going away. I will continue to be involved in 2010 and beyond in this state because I care deeply about the issues that this state is facing. And I'm a citizen here. I have deep roots here. I'm not going anywhere. So anybody who's hoping for that, they're not going to be satisfied. I'm going to be in the game. But the only thing that I do want to say is to those people who stood with us in the campaign, and for everyone who took their time and lent us your good name. You mentioned you stood with me, with your family and your friends. Sometimes at considerable risk of relationship and frustration, you stood with me and you lent me your good name. And there's nothing more valuable that you could give, and nothing that I've appreciated more than that confidence and the friendships that I've created. It was an extraordinary opportunity, and I'm grateful for what everyone did for me in this campaign.
Now, beyond 2010, is there any chance we'll see the Dick DeVos name on a ballot again in the future?
You know, Nick, my life has been really what I hope to be a life of service. And I viewed what I've done to always be a matter of service, and the opportunity and the possibility of public service continues for me. For now, I'm going to pursue that from the private sector. In the future, as those possibilities come up and as my family situation changes, kids get a bit older, and the opportunity may arise for me to bring the talents and skills that I could bring to a position, yes, I'd be open to doing that again, either as a candidate or in some other way that I could serve. My life, as I say, is, I hope, a reflection of service, and it will continue to be just that.
Dick, thanks a lot.